Representative Tyler.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, and thank you all for bringing this resolution today. It's an honor to stand down here and speak to this. If you look at the color of my hair and the wrinkles on my skin, you might realize I'm a child of the 60s. And when I was 17 years old, I came to the University of Denver as a freshman. And that fall, Martin Luther King came to speak on the campus. I certainly didn't know then what I know now and what was coming down the road on that. But it was certainly a powerful speech. And when I told my father about that speech, you know, as a wise old man of 17, we didn't agree. He had a real issue with Martin Luther King and him being such a radical and pushing so hard when it wasn't really necessary. And I started off on a little bit different path because of that day. As we got further down the road, 1967, Martin Luther King gave a speech in New York in front of about 3,000 people talking about the Vietnam War. And a lot of people said, don't go there, just take care of what you've got. You know, we know you're taking care of civil rights. Why on earth would you mess with the Vietnam War? But the Vietnam War needed, seriously, to be messed with. And it was another shining example for me of how to move forward and what I should be paying attention to and what I should be doing. And you know, one of the problems he had with that Vietnam War is an issue that we still have today. Just like you heard Representative Williams talk about, is the issues did not go away. He was saying that so much of that war, so much investment in the military, so much investment so far overseas took away from what we can do to take care of the welfare of our people at home. Domestic programs to give people a hand up were suffering because of all the money we spent on our wars. And today, we're spending trillions of dollars during and after our wars. That we're still out there, thousands of miles away, enacting wars and taking away from our domestic care of our own people and our own population. So I learned that from Martin Luther King also. And then, that fateful day when he was assassinated, while I was still in my first 4 years, you know, when you go away to college, it's sort of when you grow up. Well, my first 4 years, he was assassinated. And I realized that sometimes in this country, we are not on a continuing arc of moving forward. We have setbacks. We have gun violence. We have gun violence that takes away some of the most important and inspiring people we have amongst us. And from that time on, it kind of turned in a more difficult direction. But I've been there, and the arc that I started on from listening to Martin Luther King ends here, is the work I'm trying to do for the people of Colorado. And I want to thank him for that inspiration.